The night felt quiet, but Arav's heart raged with a silent storm. At just 24, he was utterly tired of his constant failures. His family remained poor, his friends were advancing, and every single plan he attempted seemed to inevitably crumble. One evening, seated near a dim lantern in his humble hut, he sadly whispered to himself, "Is life truly nothing more than an endless struggle? Why can't I ever find the path to success and true wealth? Is there genuinely no way out of this situation?" His grandmother, busy weaving a basket nearby, then looked at him with incredibly gentle eyes. "There is a way, my son," she said softly, "but you absolutely must seek it out." "Where, Dathy?" he asked her with desperation. She then lowered her voice, as if she were sharing a profound secret. "Deep within the jungle lives an old, wise man. People say he holds all the world's wisdom in his profound silence. If your heart feels restless, go and find him. Perhaps he will show you the right path." That night, Arav couldn't find any sleep at all. At dawn, long before the sun even touched the treetops, he quickly packed a small bag and began his daunting journey deep into the jungle. The forest itself seemed alive with numerous sounds, from the distinct cries of birds to the rustle of leaves and the distant roar of a river. Every single step felt incredibly heavy, but his heart kept whispering, "Just keep going." After walking for many long hours, he finally reached a small clearing where a tall banyan tree spread its ancient roots like a protective guardian. Beneath this magnificent tree sat an old man, completely calm and utterly still. His eyes were closed, as if time itself was respectfully bowing before him. Arav immediately fell to his knees before the wise man. "Great teacher," he begged, "please show me the path to success and true wealth. I feel so lost. My entire life feels like fine sand just slipping right through my hands." The old man slowly, deliberately opened his eyes. His gaze was steady, filled with deep compassion, yet sharper than any sword. "You seek success and wealth," he said quietly, "but do you even truly know what they mean?" Arav stammered. "Success means freedom from struggle, and wealth means money enough to never worry again." The old man gently shook his head. "No, my son, success without purpose is mere emptiness. Wealth without wisdom is dangerous poison. Sit down. If you possess patience, I will share with you 7 vital rules. Live by them, and you will find not only wealth, but also lasting peace. Do you accept these terms?" Arav nodded his head eagerly, ready to listen. The old man then raised a single finger, indicating the start. Rule 1. Discipline is the absolute foundation. Imagine a powerful river. Without banks, it floods and utterly destroys everything in its path. But with proper boundaries, it can instead nourish the surrounding fields. Your own mind is precisely the same. Without discipline, your valuable talents will simply scatter. With discipline, however, even your smallest efforts can create true greatness. Arav thought about his own restless habits, how he constantly jumped from one idea to another, never truly finishing anything. He bowed his head in understanding. "I understand completely." Rule 2. The old man continued his teaching. Value your time much more than mere gold. A man can lose money and then eventually earn it all back. But absolutely no one can bring back a single breath once it is gone. The poor and the rich are both given the exact same 24 hours each day. The only real difference lies solely in how they choose to spend them. Arav remembered the countless hours he had carelessly wasted scrolling through endless distractions, talking idly with others, and constantly delaying his work. His cheeks burned with a deep sense of shame. Rule 3. Focus creates mastery. The old man picked up a small stone and casually threw it into the nearby river. Water falling everywhere is merely just rain. But when that same water is powerfully focused through a narrow pipe, it can cut through solid mountains. Choose one single path. Commit yourself fully. Do not scatter yourself like seeds blown away in the wind. Arav whispered, I have always chased too many different things. Then stop chasing and start choosing. The old man replied gently. Then he lifted a dry leaf from the ground. Rule 4, serve others and wealth will naturally follow. This leaf feeds nothing now, so the tree wisely released it. But fruits feed the birds, the animals, and the people. And because of that, the tree is protected and well cared for. Likewise, if your work only feeds your own greed, it will eventually die. But if it genuinely serves others, wealth will then actively chase you. Arav closed his eyes, contemplating this. He thought of all the people he envied. Successful businessmen, influential leaders, creative artists. The ones most remembered were never those who simply hoarded their wealth, but rather those who gave something truly valuable to many others. Rule 5, the old man said. Gratitude turns little into enough and enough into true abundance. The man who carefully counts his blessings never truly feels poor. The man who counts his many curses never feels genuinely rich. Wealth is not simply what you store in your chest, but what you truly carry within your heart. Arav remembered how he always complained about his very small hut, his worn-out torn shoes, and all his failures. Yet even in those difficult moments he still had food, family, and his health. Tears welled up in his eyes, seeing this clearly. Rule 6. Learn endlessly. Adapt constantly. The bamboo bends with the wind and it survives. The rigid tree, however, inevitably breaks. The entire world changes significantly each day. There are always new skills, new needs, and new challenges. If you stop learning, you effectively stop living. The wealthiest man is not the one with the fullest pockets, but the one possessing the sharpest mind. Arav recalled how he had completely given up learning after failing just a few exams, wrongly thinking education was exclusively found in books. He now finally saw that life itself was indeed the greatest school of all. Finally, the old man's voice grew deeper and much slower. Guard your thoughts carefully, for they profoundly shape your destiny. Hate poisons the mind, fear paralyzes action, and greed blinds your vision. But hope, courage, and faith, they build empires. Whatever you plant in your mind, your life will eventually harvest. Speak with great care, think with great care, live with great care. Silence then filled the jungle. Even the birds seemed to pause their calls. Arav felt as if a heavy veil had finally been lifted from his eyes. He bowed deeply. Master, he said, I came here searching only for shortcuts to success. I thought wealth was just coins and power, but now I clearly see it as discipline, time, focus, service, gratitude, learning, and your thoughts. These are the real treasures in life. The old man smiled kindly. Remember, knowledge is truly not enough. Action is the essential bridge. Take one single step every single day, no matter how incredibly small it may seem. A mountain is climbed not by leaping, but by taking steady steps. Arav stayed in the jungle for many long days, quietly reflecting and diligently practicing. He woke up early, trained his mind with meditation, focused intently on one clear goal, actively helped the nearby villagers, studied whatever information he could find, and carefully guarded his thoughts from all negativity. A novel fortitude gradually developed inside him. Upon his return home after many months, observers detected a new intensity in his gaze and serenity in his speech. He had transformed from an uncertain youth pursuing fortune into a focused individual on a determined journey. Decades later, Arav established a prosperous enterprise, provided employment for many, and earned admiration for his insight as well as his affluence. When questioned about his accomplishments, he would offer a gentle smile, quietly recounting 7 principles derived from the jungle's quiet lessons. This narrative imparts that genuine achievement and prosperity are gauged not solely by financial gain, but by self-control, concentration, thankfulness, and aiding others. Mastering one's own thoughts leads to commanding one's ultimate fate.